Oh, okay. We're live
The
right now.
Broncos are going to go on a spending spree. David and I ran to our studios because we are so excited to talk to you guys about this. David, the Broncos are pushing their chips in, man. We're going for it. Are we getting weapons for Bo or not? Tell us right now what's going to
I'm
happen.
I'm sick of hearing this conversation about still spending mad money on defense. We already got so much money spent on defense, Mike. Now is the time to finally get some big time weapons. And I'm okay with a lot of different names. But the key is that we bring in some real difference makers that can make a real difference for this offense, man. And yeah, we'll get into it. But Mike, I haven't even talked yet about, I mean, since I started this move, which, we're putting together
Brand
this
new
week's
studio, by
video.
the way. David talks Broncos. Just like hours. It's only been hours since he got it set up. So lots of room back there to, get some more of this, flair going.
That's what
We'll
I
get you
need.
there.
That's
But
what I
now you
need.
got the space.
Yes. And I haven't commented on this yet, but Davis Webb, right? Offensive coordinator. Okay.
Here we go.
Jeff Kilgore. Know nothing about him yet. But Davis Webb, all the reports are coming out. It seems like he's going to be calling plays. We're having some sort of going to be calling half the plays or something like that. I'm not sure how this is going to work.
Something.
But yeah, I'm a fan of that. And you know what I'm a fan of, man? Kind of modernizing this offense just a little bit. Not to say it's outdated, okay? But modernizing this a little bit with Davis Webb and just utilizing the athletes that we have to their potential and bringing in some guys, man, that can really make this offense explosive. And we got plenty of cap space to do it.
Yeah, and we're going to have more guys. We are going to get in. We're going to name names, targets that we want, that we believe can really get us to the Super Bowl, man. We were that close. The Broncos are going to go on a spending spree. They've already admitted it. Now, they always throw in the "will be responsible," but they're not going to be responsible this time. Sean's not going to allow it. We were too close. We were too lacking of weapons. It's coming. We're about to spend some money, and I'm glad it's not my money. Speaking of spending money, the wide receiver room could use a little money spent in that room. Now, I know the Broncos love to say, we like our room. Well, I want them to love their room, David. And I've said this. So and I've probably said this to you. I like the room. Okay.
Yeah.
Court, Frank, Mims. Okay, fine. Pat Bryant. I like it fine. But put somebody on top of that who's a really number one wide receiver that the other team has to game plan for, that has to double team perhaps. Oh my God, imagine that happening. And then watch what Pat Bryant and Cortland Sutton and Mims can do in this offense. That should be the target, a real guy. And knowing you the way I do, my little best buddy over there, you got a name in mind, don't you?
Dude, let's start with the big one. The big one is George.
It's not Slim Pickens out there, is
no,
it?
no, man. It's George Pickens, man. And we got enough space to make this thing happen. Now, I do think that there's a possibility that the Dallas Cowboys franchise him. I honestly think that there's a good possibility that he doesn't hit free agency. Yeah. But if he does, we got to be in there on him, man. We got the cap space to get it done. We can pay him a bigger signing bonus than anybody can, okay? Right now, I think CeeDee Lamb has the highest signing bonus in wide receiver history. I think it's either $36 or $38 million. Our ownership group can pony up for that, which would give us nice financial flexibility down the line. And he's somebody, guys, he's not even 25 yet. He's not even 25 yet, if I remember correctly, or maybe he's 25.4 or 24.5. I think he's only 24.5 or something like that.
Okay, so he's 24, 25. Yeah.
Okay.
28 is his prime. He's got 3. He's not even his prime yet.
Void years, because then you'll extend them into those void years anyways. So, yes, okay. Does he have a big attitude? Yes. Okay. Yeah. But
we have enough leadership on this team to handle a diva. I'm sick of that. Sean Payton knows how to handle diva receivers, man.
Dude, he's a diva. He's a diva. And Bo Nix is going into his 3rd year now. I was completely against it with him coming off of his rookie year. But now he's shown that he's the guy, okay? Like, he runs the team. He is the leader of the team. So I'm not stressing about bringing in a little bit more of a diva in George Pickens. And I don't want to hear people say, well, he dropped some balls against the Broncos. He had some big drops in big. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is that all
the fit? Vic, come on, dude. 17 games played, 93 receptions, 1,429 yards, 15 yards per catch, 9 touchdowns. I think he sounds like he fits really well in a Denver Bronco uniform.
Oh, dude. And like you said, Mike, he makes everybody be like above average at their slots. All of a sudden, Cortland Sutton's a freaking amazing wide receiver too. You're talking about Troy Franklin as a wide receiver 3. That guy had over 700 yards this year. That's what I'm talking about. And Marvin Mims, if we can just get him the ball, man, imagine if Davis Webb actually integrates Evan Ingram or somebody like Evan Ingram if we move off of him, which we shouldn't. We shouldn't because we didn't even target him this year.
You must have been watching my show yesterday.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Imagine what those guys can do when they got to pay attention to George Pickens. George Pickens. And him and Bo are buddies, right? Don't they know each other from high school ball?
I think they're friends. I mean, George Pickens would not be a problem in the Denver Broncos. I mean, Sean Payton does not suffer idiots or problems. He fixes them. And we've got a Garrett Bowles and those guys walking around that locker room. They'll just pin somebody up against the locker and say, no, yeah, we're a team here. That's the way, unselfish. We'll make divas into team players. And honestly, to be honest with you, David, I don't even care if my wide receiver one's a diva. As long as he performs on the field, it doesn't matter.
No, did we care? Did we care that Aqib Talib was a diva?
Exactly.
Or did he become part of the leadership core here?
He was. And they became badasses because of that attitude.
Yes, I'm saying he's got that same potential. Who cares that he's got a few drops? We led the league in drops, or was like second in the NFL in drops.
Second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And here's the thing. George Pickens, much like Bo Nix showed us this year that he's that guy. He's that leader. Like, he's the franchise quarterback. George Pickens showed us this year that, hey, as long as the man has a decent quarterback, he's not going to be a problem. Like, he was a non-issue this year with the Dallas Cowboys. So why are we still talking about him like this guy's got, serious character concerns?
No, we shouldn't. I mean, his stat line is fantastic for an underperforming wide receiver. I mean, that's just ridiculous to even talk about. And I don't remember hearing anything out of Dallas of how bad of a teammate he was. He just, it's like one of our cornerbacks maybe has a reputation for defensive pass interference, not naming names, Moss. They get reputations, but sometimes it doesn't fit. And I would. He's target number 1 wide receiver for me, bro.
Yeah, and guys, we got what, $40 million in cap space, or can create that. We can create even more than that. If I mean, we had to do some risky stuff, but you could do it, with still restructuring Mike McGlinchey, which I don't really know if you want to do that, but you can clear still a good amount of money on the books and create, over $50 million of cap space. And, you can have George Pickens cap hit pretty low over the next few years, because with this Davis Webb thing, okay, how long is Sean Payton wanting to coach? I don't know, but I know he wants to win a Super Bowl in Bo Nix's rookie deal. Now's the time to backload all this stuff, man.
Yeah. It's like I said, he's pushing they're going to push all their chips to the table. They, made the AFC Championship game without that broken ankle, but whatever. Not going to go back and talk about that, but that's how close we came, and the team knows it. This is their windows wide open. They're going to go all in. Some other names what about Alec Pierce from the Colts, Juwan Jennings, Romeo Dobbs, I know Christian Kirk is out there, but he's not a wide receiver 1 that we'd be looking for. Any other names out there? How about a trade target like AJ Brown?
Yeah, let's talk about the other guys that I want in free agency. Really, it only comes down to 2 guys.
Okay.
There are two guys that I think that elevate this room, and that is George Pickens or Alec Pierce, man. I'm not really interested in Juwan Jennings or anybody below him. I don't really know if those guys are better than Cortland Sutton right now, like when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
You need to get some
under
guy.
contract.
Yeah. And Alec Pierce, I think he can be, man. And I don't buy the argument that he's not fit for this offense. Man, this guy can play all the positions. He brings down contested catches. He's got great speed. And I mean, he got better every year with one of the worst quarterback rooms over the last like 4 years in Indianapolis, man. So again, this is like Emmanuel Sanders or like putting a guy like Eric Decker on the Broncos with Peyton Manning. Okay. You know, they're just going to ball out. Okay. That's how it's going to be. Now with trade targets, obviously a Justin Jefferson would be incredible. I don't know if a new GM is going to go in to Minnesota and trade away their star player. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think Jordan Addison could be available then, because they should not fall into the same trap the Cincinnati Bengals fell into when they're in the place of trying to rebuild their defense. They need a lot of secondary help. Riley Moss could help. Draft picks could help.
Yeah, Riley. I can see Riley Moss becoming a part of a player package and a draft pick to get one of these guys. I don't know how upset Justin Jefferson really is. It's hard enough to read the tea leaves of your own team. So how much of a power play this is? You know, he's got a quarterback that hasn't shown much, to say the least.
No.
Maybe he is at the point in his career where he's ready to go, and the team doesn't want to sign. You don't want to spend that kind of money on somebody who's going to pout and not be happy. So I'm not putting Justin Jefferson. I'm not taking him off the list of targets.
No. Vikings could bring in Aaron Rodgers, though. I don't think that's totally off the table as a nice hedge.
Oh my God! Can you believe it? Of course, Mike wants to come in and say Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy. Oh, man. Browns fans have even turned on him. Imagine that. But yeah, like Minnesota in terms of a trade partner, because they're so weak right now in the secondary. And some of us have these predictions, right, on Broncos YouTube. I wasn't the first one to say it, but because of the Jahdae Barron pick, I think either Brandon Jones or Riley Moss, one of those two guys will be gone. That's just my prediction. And yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem with that. Jahdae Barron was a bad pick in my opinion, because it wasn't a position that we in any way needed. We needed weapons at that pick, or a linebacker, or trade back and get an inside linebacker. Now we've got Singleton as a free agent who we may not want back. We've got to replace.
No.
You've got J-Mac, you've got Moss, and well, so if you want to go to the safety position, then we do have to talk about that, right? Brandon, right? Jones.
Yes.
Jahdae Barron has to play next year, or that pick is a complete failure. He has to be on the field starting somewhere, which means J-Mac or Moss has got to be trade bait. Or
Moss is going to want an extension, man. He's going into his fourth year.
Is he not a restricted free agent? That can be tendered?
Riley Moss will be a UFA after next season, I believe.
And then J-Mac is a restricted free agent, so we can tender him for a second rounder.
Yes.
So now, if you had to lose one, which one would it be between those two?
I'll lose Riley Moss because J-Mac doesn't get penalties.
I will lose Riley Moss as well. Put Jahdae over there, and he better learn how to play football fast and make that first round pick. And then I think you just bring Brandon Jones back, and PJ Locke. I think he might not be back. I can't keep track of everybody.
What market he gets, but if he returns as the backup, I'm cool with it.
As long as it's a backup position, yeah, for sure. David is pushing the nose tackle. I mean, I don't think we're getting a nose tackle in this offseason. DJ Jones, I think, just re-signed. But we do have was it Franklin Meyer?
Franklin Myers is a free agent.
So
yeah.
he's considered a tackle, right? But not a true nose tackle, is he?
Right, like a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Or
So
the end.
so it might be a need, but it's not. I'm not going to look away from this.
We
Here's
got
a
Roche
comment.
and
Yeah.
Jones signed. So
Yeah,
I would like to
yeah.
see us draft one, but we're definitely not signing one.
Yeah, I could see us drafting somebody. Okay, this definitely is for you, Herrera, Joey Herrera. I'm guessing Pickens is good, but I have a hard time looking at his goofy ass running up the field. So, David, what do you say to Joey if he was listening before? I mean, I can see him running up the field, catching touchdown passes, and making plays that have not been made in Colorado for some time.
This guy was a top 5 wide receiver this year. He's instantly the best wide receiver we've had since Demaryius Thomas on day 1 of that signing. So who cares how he runs? I mean, the guy makes big plays. And I think, hey, if you make him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, okay, because again, this guy's younger than Bo Nix, I'm totally okay with that.
Well, Bo Nix is 30, isn't he?
I mean, Bo Nix is like 45 already.
If you listen to the press, David Youngkin always in the house. If you give up Moss, who you're placing with, it's Jahdae Barron. He's your first round draft pick from last year. Supposedly he can play inside and outside. So if that's what happens.
Imagine this. Then let's say after next year, we don't extend J-Mac.
After we win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Maybe he gets big money somewhere, which a strictly slot corner will never be that expensive. I think we can retain Jaquan McMillan for a long time if we want.
I think we can too.
But let's just say he leaves. Well, you got Chris Abrams-Drain, who has shown that he's plenty of quality. He can play outside while Jahdae kicks inside then to play the slot.
He'll be on his 3rd year when that time comes. Miles says if Judy comes back, Broncos fans may riot. Broncos fans probably would riot. I know he's got his fans out there. It's all good with Pickens till he pulls up some drama again. Yeah, I don't care about his drama, bro, as long as he's scoring. Let's go Broncos. I am a Denver Broncos for life. Right on. Love it. All the comments. So AJ Brown, Michael Pittman, Waddle. We've talked about Waddle for a while. What does Waddle do to your temperature?
Yeah, we're not doing AJ Brown. Okay, we're just not. And the Eagles got some serious issues because I still think he's like somewhere well north of $50 million in dead money if they trade him.
Oh, yeah, we're not taking any.
So AJ Brown's out of the question.
Okay. Yeah.
Michael Pittman, no.
Where are you at on Waddle? Waddle was we talked about Waddle a lot last year, or people still bring him up. 16 games played, 100 targets, 64 receptions for 910 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Dude,
is he that much of an improvement over what we have?
I still like Jalen Waddle. I still like him, and I think he actually would complement what we want to do really well, and the rest of the room. So, yeah, is he a little small? Whatever. But again, and this guy's been very productive with bad quarterback play. Like, I think you see his numbers get better out here. And did the Dolphins maybe want a little too much for him? Quite possibly. But, I mean, I would still trade pick 30 and some change for him instantly.
You would?
Yes.
All right. DJ Moore, DK Metcalf.
No.
All right. I think you're right. I think we go all in and we just go get Pickens. Solve all the problems right there. One fell swoop. Pay the money. We might have to say goodbye to one of our starting offensive guards. Ben Powers.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Ben Powers
Palczewski can cover that. We might have to say goodbye to Singleton, who wants starter big money. Don't know what he's going to get.
He can go to Cincinnati. They'll pay him.
Cincinnati and get paid. Love it. Anybody else in the targets? Anybody in the draft we should be talking about?
Oh, well, are we still just talking about wide receivers and then we'll
Yeah,
get to
and
the
we'll
other
go to
position?
running backs next because we got to do something there too.
No, here's the thing, man, with these wide receivers, I think all the good ones that would like elevate this room, they're all going to be drafted before 30. So
Okay.
you either got to like trade up for an unknown commodity with like a ton of potential, or you trade for a guy like Jordan Addison, or you spend big money in free agency, right? Or you trade for Jalen Waddle. Like, I would rather bring in a known commodity rather than an unknown if it's going to require some sort of serious, departure of assets, whether that's cash or draft picks. Give me something that's more known.
Yep, agree. And respect my co's. Dolphins have a new GM. I don't know if Waddle is even available. I don't know if a lot of these guys will be available. We're going to find out. But if they are, let's go get them.
And even if the Cowboys do franchise George Pickens, Cowboys do need draft capital. They,
a lot of money.
they have made that pretty clear. So you could trade for him after he's been tagged and then sign him to a new deal. That wouldn't be ideal, obviously, but I would still be open to that way of getting him.
Yeah. 82 KW82. We don't need a guy who can't be happy with winning a Super Bowl. We'll get his talent when the attitude destroys the locker room and makes Bo force the ball. Have you seen Bo Nix get in Sean Payton's face? You think he's going to be intimidated by some wide receiver? Not a chance in the world.
How do we know he's not who can't be happy winning he hasn't won a Super Bowl. We don't know if he's, still a pain not winning a Super Bowl. Yeah, we don't know that. We know that he's a pain when he has Mason Rudolph as his quarterback. Like we know that.
There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
No issues this year with Dak, and okay, maybe he's not the best blocker, dude. Who cares?
Yeah, we don't need a blocking. We don't need
cares?
a blocking.
Who cares, man? How many good blockers we got on in this wide receiver core right now? How far did that get us?
I love the fact. Yeah, let's run some more screenplays. Here, I love how we like to label like 20-year-old kids like, problem people. Give me $20 million and see how big of a problem an old man like me can be. Singleton will not be back, David. Never say never, but I don't know that he will either. If he's the kind of money he's looking for, he might get it from somebody like the Bengals or somebody.
He's going to get it because of the statistics that he put up, man. Like
he puts up numbers, but we watched the games. I thought, although I thought late in the year, I thought he played pretty well. We started to roll 10 by what happens? He cries and then they move on.
We'll have to see. KW, I appreciate you bringing this up, man, but I'm just not that worried about it right now with Bo Nix. I'm just not.
Cortland Sutton in that room and Evan Ingram in the hopefully in that room and Kerry Colbert's gone. David, we haven't talked about that wide receiver coach.
I know. Oh,
they got rid of him.
Praise God. Why, Sean Payton? Why'd you hire a Carolina Panther? Come on, man. Why'd you hire a Carolina Panther to do this? And I think AJ Brown was plenty happy winning that Super Bowl. It's just been more so. He doesn't like losing, and he doesn't like losing when he doesn't get the ball, man. I don't know. He seemed pretty happy winning that Super Bowl. Emmanuel Sanders. Let's talk about Emmanuel Sanders. Again,
Diva.
Yeah, he's not to the level of like AJ Brown, but I mean, he was no issue when he was here for the first couple years. Okay. Now is going to be a little bit more vocal, might not be as happy when you're catching passes from Trevor Siemian.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah. These guys want to compete. They want, they want to compete for a Super Bowl. Come to the Broncos and win a Super Bowl. As far as this one, David, I thought we just went through this and then they ended up giving him a bunch of money. I don't know where we're at with.
I do think that he could
Crosby
be this time. I think Crosby's gone. To me, dude, this Raiders team's going nowhere. So
I'd take Crosby in a second. I don't care. He's just a monster.
I would trade all of our edge guys for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not gonna trade with us. They're not gonna do that.
Not gonna do it.
Here,
AJ Brown
couldn't be happy. I'm gonna adjust my window really quick. It's getting too dark in here.
Just work on the drops. Well, Vic, and that's why they fired Well, it's one of the reasons why they fired Kerry Colbert, because they couldn't catch the ball, and he couldn't teach Mims how to run a proper route. So yeah, he's gone. Hopefully, you've got Davis Webb and Logan.
I thought his name was like Jeff Kilgore. Is it Logan Kilgore?
Logan Kilgore. Yeah, I think it's Logan Kilgore.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to fix that. That's not going to stand. My man, did the Saints ever extend Chris Olave to a new contract? If not, we could probably get him with a second. Now, he doesn't move the needle for me. What about you, David?
I mean, I like Chris Olave. I would rather go after the guy from the Jets, though. That Ohio State wide receiver. Why am I blanking on his name? Wilson, Garrett Wilson.
Oh, Garrett. Oh, we wanted him last year.
Yeah. But again, the Jets would be pretty dumb to move off of him because he's a really good player. But they've shown that if you get a dumb trade offer, they will accept it, like they did for Sauce Gardner. So we might just have to overpay for somebody like Garrett Wilson.
You think Moogie will let us have him for old time's sake?
Come on, man. We'll give you a Super Bowl ring. We'll give you a Super Bowl ring. Come on.
Yeah, we'll give you one of the rings. You earned it.
Yeah.
Did you see Jim Leonard today? He said that so Jim Leonard is now the defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills, and he was asked about the interception versus a catch in the Bills game, and he said it was an interception. Sorry.
I mean, it's textbook, man. It doesn't take a genius. Fake controversy.
And he's a Buffalo Bill now.
Yeah.
And then he said, now it's still the 2025 season, so ask me in 2 weeks, and my answer might change. But that was the perfect answer, like the way to tell the truth. But then later he can say, when he's a Bill, he can go, I went back and looked at that. I'm saying that was a catch. So he'll probably get away with that. Okay, now we'll get into tight ends here in a minute. Let's get into tight ends. You want to do tight ends now?
Yes, tight ends and then running backs.
All right, because we got to get some tight ends in here. Yes. And Vic wants to know about Likely. Now he's Baltimore. I'm one of the guys that kind of likes him as a receiving, he just makes plays great in the red zone and all that stuff. What are your thoughts on him, Isaiah Likely?
I have been one of his biggest supporters ever since his draft year. I wanted the Broncos to draft him. I was blown away when he kind of ran a little bit slower of a 40 time than expected, and then he fell to like the 6th round. Ravens were smart in drafting him. He's got fantastic receiving chops. He's a better run blocker than you would think. Okay. He's a little bit lighter of a tight end, but I think he gives great effort. He was actually graded very substantially in run blocking, but he doesn't play in line too often, although he does have the ability to do it. So having the ability to do it versus how he was utilized, those are two different questions or two different conversations. I think he can play more in line. I think he obviously upgrades this room. I think if you retain Ingram, which you should, okay,
I'd say
it's not his fault you didn't target him. Oh. We need to bring in 2 to 3 more tight ends. So you probably sign one in free agency or 2, with the second one being like a vet minimum guy, and then you're drafting one. So you might have like a room of 4, kind of typical with what we've had. But Troutman, Atkins, like all those guys, Kroll, they all need to go. So Isaiah Likely is one of my top targets. I think that he would be fantastic.
Yep. He only played 14 games. He only had 300 yards in receptions. Underutilized, just like Evan Ingram. Although Ingram quietly had 487 yards or something like that. Even I think Davis Webb is going to light it up with the tight ends. I think he's going to use them a lot more. I think that's one of the changes we're going to see.
I mean, this is like big hopium right now, again, because we don't know how the play calling is going to be, but I am talking about my offseason moves with the assumption that Davis Webb is going to integrate tight ends more into this offense, like you just said. So I can understand like what Respect My Codes is saying. Like, we just don't use the tight ends. What's the point? Yeah. Well, I understand.
Yeah. And it was disappointing because every time I saw Evan Ingram get the ball, it looked like he was about to go for a touch. Like he just looked catching the ball in stride. He was running fast. He looked he looked
running
wonderful,
past
but
dudes.
he only got so many targets, and it drove me crazy because I know I saw. I'm not a stat guy, but I saw that his separation numbers were some of the best in the league.
Doesn't
So he was
surprise me,
getting
man.
open. This was interesting. For just a quick aside, David, I did a show yesterday with Colin Cronin. We went through every starter on the team, and we did red light, green light, yellow. You can go back and look at that, and it will show you everybody that's getting cut on the offense and the defense and on special teams on that show. But to answer your question, probably most of the running back room will be gone. Wide receivers, there'll be one man out because we're going to sign a star and somebody's going to move down. But don't forget, this year we had guys like, Bandy or
We had Elijah Moore in the playoffs.
little Jordan Humphrey. I mean, there's room in that room for a star. Trust me. So, back to tight ends. Kyle Pitts is a free agent.
Kyle Pitts would be cool. I also hate that Kyle Pitts has just been a massive disappointment. And I still feel like, strangely, like he'll command like a pretty high market just because of his athleticism. But again, I don't think he's really been. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. Like, I'd rather go after maybe some of these like seen as like tier 2 guys at the tight end position, especially because we have Evan Ingram already. So Luke Musgrave is another great one from Green Bay, and he could potentially become a tight end one for us. Is he a free agent?
I don't have him as a free agent, but he could be.
Maybe we could trade for him because, again, they got Tucker Kraft, the Packers do. So, yeah, they don't really need him. But, Mike, I want to bring up a name here that, I mean, Broncos country just hasn't really talked about. But there's been a lot of talk. Well, when free agency hits, man, Sean Payton needs to make a call to Travis Kelce. Like,
he's free agent. He's a free agent.
Needs to do it. And you might say, okay, like he'll probably wait to see when Patrick Mahomes is coming back and then he'll sign with the Chiefs. Yeah, I understand, man. But again, we could make a nice competitive offer, and an offer probably that would outbid what the Chiefs have the ability to pay Travis Kelce if they're wanting to fill out the rest of their roster, which has some significant holes on it, we found out this year. Broncos are an ascending team. He can obviously still play, not the greatest blocker, but I mean, Travis Kelce for 1 year, I think would be really, really exciting. And him at 37 or whatever is still a hell of a lot better than anything we've had in so long.
So I'm going to ask you a serious question here, David. I don't do it very often, but I always assumed that thing in front of your face was your microphone. And I'm starting to wonder if it's a bong because Travis Kelce is not going to the Broncos. He's the only place he's playing is in Kansas City. That's just crazy talk, bro.
Dude, money can change that. Money can change that. Come on now. Neil Smith, they said Neil Smith would never leave.
They didn't say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like 5 years old. So,
yeah,
but they never said it, man. They never said it.
Kelce will never come to Denver. Yeah, never say never. I'm just messing with you. But Njoku, now from Cleveland.
Njoku, I'm cool with.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm guessing some of these guys they'll get paid between 10 and 15 million a year or so. Dallas Goedert's another guy that I'm like cool with.
Yep, Goedert's on there.
Yeah, I think signing a veteran tight end to pair with Evan Ingram's just very, very important.
Yeah. So I am 100% on board with you. Mr. Swift isn't allowed here. What do you say to Jay?
Man, do y'all not want to win football games? Do y'all not want to win a Super Bowl? Like, Travis Kelce would be awesome here, man. Come on now.
I'm with Jay. I don't want him here. I don't want her here. I don't want either one of them.
And it would just piss off Chiefs fans, man. It would piss off.
It would almost be worth it just for that.
Yes, I mean, it's like the biggest troll ever.
All right. Let's there are some really cool targets here though, maybe in the trade market. But before we do that, David, let's get a little business done here, man. Kalshi, dude, what is the latest on the Super Bowl stuff? What do you got going on in Kalshi
Yeah,
right
let me
now?
go ahead and pull this up, man. Kalshi, they are the sponsor of David Talks Buffs, David Talks Broncos. Use the link in the description, DTB, and get yourself a $10 bonus when you deposit 10. Okay. And I mean, yeah, even if you're signing up, you're not ready to deposit yet. That goes a long way in helping support the channel. They've been a great partner, and yeah, again, we got the Super Bowl odds. If I can pull up my page, we can see who the favorite is. I'm pulling it up right
Pull it up
now.
because I am really curious about some of this stuff, man. And I know that you follow it real close, and I didn't give you enough warning to have it up in front of you, but
That's
I
okay. I
mean,
got it
there's got to
now.
be some good stuff going on
Yeah.
with
So right now you got Seattle at 69 cents. Okay, you can probably see this here, and then New England, okay, at 33. Now there should be some fun prop bets if I'm on the right screen. Anytime touchdowns. I
mm,
think those are interesting ones. Like AJ Barner, I'm surprised he's that high at 29%. But Rashid Shaheed at 21.
woo.
Seattle's defense, which Drake May does turn over the ball quite a bit. Yeah, there's some great ones on here for anytime touchdowns that I think are great. Let me see. I might have lost the where are the Super Bowl
Brett,
props?
we're getting. I'm going to get into the Goddard and some of these other ones and some trade targets too here in
Yeah.
just a second. So shout out Brett for always being in here. That's my guy.
I don't know where the props went.
All
Oh
right,
well.
you
But thanks
suck.
for Kalshi, man, for sponsoring the video. I'm going with
Yeah,
Seattle, man. I'm going with Seattle.
yeah.
And they probably would have destroyed us if we made the Super Bowl, but beating New England just would have been our Super Bowl. But I'm glad we actually get, you know, I think should get a fairly competitive game, but I think this is the year of Sam Darnold, man. It's incredibly exciting.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know, it was Columbus put out a thing today. If the Broncos had made the Super Bowl, what would the score be? And I misread it, and I put the Broncos would have, the Seattle would have been favored by probably like 4.5 points. And he just went, not true. And I read it again. I went, oh no, I meant Seattle like 27, Broncos 20 or something.
Yeah,
Like, so I think I don't live in a world where I thought the
there we go.
Broncos were going to beat Seattle. That looks like a team of, I mean, and you never know, but I give them a 30% chance of winning that game. But like, if I were to put money on it, yeah, I would have to put money on Seattle. They look pretty tough right now, and I think they're going to destroy the Patriots, and I kind of hope they do because F the Patriots.
That's right. It feels good to hate the Pats again,
It
man.
does feel good to hate them. It feels good to have the Broncos and the Pats back on top,
Totally.
where we belong. Here's some trade targets for tight end. And guys, we're doing pretty good on time. We got about 20 minutes left to get all this done, so we might start running a little bit faster. Cole Kmet, Michael Mayer, Kyle Pitts, we talked about.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on Kmet? I thought we had one other. There was somebody else that we were talking about for a
So
trade target.
yeah, Komet would be great, man. I think Chicago would be pretty crazy not to retain him, but yeah, I'm not sure what their cap situation looks like, but I think Chicago should bring him back. If not, I think he's definitely one of those guys that fits what we want to do really, really well. K. Dotton, he's another one. I think he's going to be pricier than a guy like Cole Kmet. So, but yeah, he'd be another guy that I'd be like super cool with bringing in.
Yeah, the Goddard. Gosh, I've actually seen people predict that move to the
Really?
Broncos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, I mean that could be a cool one.
So I could see it maybe happening, but we'll see. We're going to spend a lot of money here, guys. I got some interesting stuff on. Here's the one I'm waiting for, David. I want your thoughts on running backs. We got to clean out this room.
Yes.
Through no fault of their own. We brought in J.K. Dobbins, who absolutely dominated in his playing time, but as we know, he's injury prone and he goes out. But he was averaging well over 5 yards a carry.
Yes.
He goes out. The criminal offense the Broncos made was not having a plan B because all we had behind him was 5'8", 200-pound running backs. We didn't have anybody else that could do what he does.
Mhm.
And so this time, first of all, J.K. Dobbins, bringing him back on a vet minimum and drafting his backup, or are we just going to go in a whole different direction? What are we going to do here?
I would like to bring back J.K. Dobbins on the veteran minimum, but with this kind of caveat, and I think Kodiak has brought it up on his show, that you can't bring him back and say, this is our running back one. He needs to be brought back as a backup. What you're looking for right now.
JK?
Yes. Like
JK is not coming back as a backup.
Well, he's not coming here to start.
But go ahead.
Like, yeah, you need to sign one of these big names, like a guy who's a legitimate running back one that shows that he can stay healthy.
Breece Hall?
Yes. Breece Hall is my number one target.
Okay.
You can sign both Breece Hall and George Pickens with this money, okay?
Then let's go.
You can do it. Now, will the Broncos get that aggressive? Likely not. Likely, if they sign one of these top free agents, they'll go, and sign like a lesser guy at running back if they sign Pickens or vice versa, right? But theoretically, it could still be done. And I think that they should, be aggressive in getting it. But go get a difference maker. Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, then guys like Tyler Algier, I'm definitely in game with. Algier is going to be great getting those short yardage carries, and I think he's a good all around back. But yeah, guys like Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, especially Breece Hall, man, he might even be in his own tier here. That guy's a true difference maker, and
on a Jets team that absolutely sucks, still had 1,065 yards, average 4.5 yards per carry.
Yes.
I mean, on a good team, he is my number one running back target. Like, make that happen. Free agent, just go get him and go get Pickens.
Running backs cost an arm and a leg.
Just go get it. Yeah,
you're going to be paying less for him than guys like Devin Lloyd. Guys, I'm not spending big on anybody on defense. I'm just not doing it. Come on now, we have invested so much money into this defense. Stop saying go pay Devin Lloyd all this money. No, you take that money and you invest it in the offense so that they can hold up their end of the deal. This defense was good enough to where we won 14 games. Now, we won some of the games, obviously, because of the offense, right? But
because of Bo Nix specifically taking over the game.
Because of Bo Nix, right? But the defense, I think, if we could wait, who carried the load more of the year, it was the defense, and we gotta shore that up, man. We can't put the pressure that they faced all season on them for 2026.
Well, we kept VJ, so there's going to be the late season fall off on the defense, and the offense is going to have to pick it up. The good news is that Bo Nix, every single time he was asked to go in a game that was in reach, he did it. Yeah. But the problem, some of those games they had to do that, is because of the lack of the weapons that we had. The defense had a couple, they didn't do what they needed to do sometimes. They got exposed a few times, but generally, I don't think we need to invest a lot more money in that defense either. Now, would we love to have Devin Lloyd as our inside linebacker? Absolutely. Of course we would. He is going to demand a huge, huge amount of money. Literally, you can get Breece Hall and Pickens on the team. You can do that. We could just do that. If Penner just gets out his checkbook and says, I want him, let's do it. We can do it, but we can't do all three. There's a limit. I don't know how you could fit them all in there. So you're going to have to pick something, but we can get somebody good. And maybe Singleton even does come back because he couldn't find what he was looking for out there.
No, he's not coming back. We're not welcoming him back. I'd rather bring back Justin.
Oh, that's so hurtful.
Yeah.
You'd rather bring back who?
I'd rather have Sternad just be a starter.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah. But
he's a free agent too, isn't he?
Yeah. N'Kobe Dean, Devin Bush, like there are other guys you can get for a fraction of the price.
We don't need the greatest inside linebacker on our defense. And if, by the way, if George Payton drafts a cornerback in any of the first 3 rounds, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I probably just, I can't even say what I'll do because then the FBI will find me and arrest me for it. I mean, that would be, I just don't want to hear about how hard it is to find a cornerback. Harder than he's out on Ingram. Vic, we told you, man. Ingram didn't get any chance in that offense. We didn't use our tight ends. Don't be out on him. Give him a chance. See what happens.
I mean, if we're going to keep the same offense, yeah, it would make sense to cut him.
Yeah.
But
upgrade the room. Well, let's upgrade that whole room. Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams is a free agent. Looked great last year in Dallas, 1,100 or he had 1,200 yards, 4.8. I mean, perfect fit, knows the system. What do you think, David?
Yeah. Part of me just doesn't trust it. Then the other part of me is like, I don't know. I guess they really did love him, but he seemed to be pretty upset that Denver didn't even offer him to come back.
So, yeah, there's bad blood there now. I think Javonte Williams was like, screw those guys. I'll show them. Yeah, there's no going back on that. But I just wanted to get your reaction to it because, we haven't talked since all this stuff went down. Yeah. Rico Dowdle. Dowdle is another guy. I don't know what size he is. I can't really picture him. But is he the right size to be?
I think so. I think he's a little bit
an
bigger.
every down back.
Yeah, he can do that.
I mean, Saquon Barkley. Let's go trade for Saquon. What is he? 36 years old. He's got a little bit left in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: like, if you bring, I don't know.
Well, I'm not exactly too serious about these, but I'm just saying, everything's on the table. It's like Jonathan Taylor. He's
remember, like, we'll normally keep 4 backs on this roster, so you can draft one and you can sign 2 veteran running backs. But we need to have guys on the back end of the room that are better than Jaleel McLaughlin and Tyler Bidet. That's why I'm saying, like, you get a room of freaking Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins, and R.J. Harvey, it's over. Yeah. It's over for the league.
Yeah, no doubt. Hitman comes in with, we definitely need a cornerback.
What?
Definitely joking, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, get Travis Hunter.
Yeah. And then get Travis Etienne or Travis
Kelce.
Or Travis Kelce.
I don't know, man.
A lot of Travises out there. But I don't. Yeah, we're not drafting a cornerback, man. That was. I'm still upset about. I mean, was Amarian Hampton still on the board when we took, or Travion Henderson on the board when we took? One of those 2 was on the board still.
I think the Chargers had the pick before us, so Travion Henderson was.
Yeah,
and it wasn't the Chargers.
Yeah, exactly.
He was the best one,
and we took a cornerback. Like I don't know. Call it what you want, but I thought it was a panic pick, and I think it's because I thought it was the wide receiver that we wanted that was the pick before.
If we took Jaden Higgins, Carson Schweschinger, there were so many guys we could have took.
Yeah, there were some players there, man. Not the worst draft in the world, not the best draft in the world, but we're gonna the weight of that first pick really drags that freaking draft down.
Because the class was great, except the first pick and the last pick. The rest of the class, I loved.
If punter's one of your best picks, well, you had Bryant, you had, of course, RJ at 61 or whatever. But the role that you can't fit him into every down bell cow back role. He's the joker or he's the whatever, which is fine. He's a great player and he's a great playmaker. But yeah, we needed JK. I personally think you just bring JK back and draft, your big back, like invest in some draft capital if the draft falls that way. If not, then don't bring JK back because you can't count on him to finish the year. Yeah, ETN, thank you.
Like imagine this: we bring him back as a backup. Then he'll be fresh for the second half of the season for the playoff run, baby.
Well, just don't tell him we're bringing him in as a backup when we bring him in, because he's not going to come in as a backup.
Well, he will come in as a backup because he's going to sign here in like June or July.
Is he signed?
That's my prediction. It's going to be like last year. Like he's going to get close to a vet minimum offer from all these teams.
Did we sign him to a 1-year contract?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We'll see that trades thing. So, yeah, then he's literally coming in for a vet minimum with bonus structures of if you go 1,200 yards and whatever. Wait a minute, hang on a second. I get to this one. Latif. We aren't trading Moss and drafting a cornerback. All Pierce, good Lord. Yeah, those names. We might be trading Moss, and we're not drafting a cornerback. We're joking about that. There's no way we're going to draft a cornerback. We already have one too many. A first-round draft pick who sits on the bench. He can't be on the bench in his second season. That guy's got to play, and he's got to be good. And so Moss or J-Mac, one of those two is gone. And then Brandon Jones, if you want to move a second-year cornerback to safety who's played 100 snaps at that position, it's a risk you're going to take. Maybe it works. Normally this happens later in their career when they understand defense is a little bit better. But, I mean, maybe it could work. I don't know. David, it's a big deal. That's going to be a real interesting part of this offseason to see what they do. Because I think they're going to try and trade one of those guys and get something for him and try and make moves, big moves in the draft and big moves in free agency. They're going to spend every dime they got to get a Super Bowl, and I hope it's on the offense.
Yeah, and I mean, Jahdae Barron better be about it, man. Because, again, he's taking one of these spots. But I think we're in a place, I mean, I hope he's not a bust, but let's just say he's a disaster at outside corner. You still got Chris Abrams train, which is
exactly like who's shown well when he's played, man.
Yes.
Like, and it'll be his third year, so he'll know the defense. He could take J-Mac's spot, right? Could he play nickel?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I think he's like
is he big enough to play nickel?
Yeah.
Maybe he's not, but he could take Moss's spot, and then you put Jahdae inside, like you said, and roll it.
In dime, like that's how you'll
defense,
do it. Yeah.
The defense needs some tweaks. I want the money spent on offense this year.
Yes.
We got our guy. Our window's open. He needs help. Let's get him. We fired Lombardi. We fired Carey, Colbert, right?
Yep.
Like we revamped the offensive staff. So the team recognizes that it's an offensive issue. We lost Leonard. We didn't fire him. So they were worried. They're as worried about the offense as we are. They're going all in. And I agree with this statement wholeheartedly from Vic. Yeah. He definitely deserves an extension, and I do hope he stays. If one of them's got to go, I would prefer it be Moss.
Yes,
and put put Jahdae on the outside. But get off on my defense. We're talking weapons.
Yes,
you guys are. I always try to get to all you guys, but you're getting me down because I want to talk about weapons, and now I want to cry. What do you all think we need overall to help us get over the hump? David, this one's for you. Tell them what we need to get over the hump. And
we need to. Who do we need to draft? Well, okay, this is a sleeper, but this is somebody that I would like us to bring in, and you even overdraft him. He is the Jeremy Crawshaw of this draft, a guy that you draft day 3 that just plays a very important role for you. Ooh. And that is this guy. I think he's from Navy. It's not Army, it's Navy. Eli Heidenreich, man. This guy is awesome. He can play running back. He plays fullback. He plays tight end. And this guy has an explosiveness to his game. So, hey, we've talked a lot about how we've needed a Taysom Hill type chess piece in this offense. This guy is that guy.
Wow.
It's Eli Heidenreich. I think he's going to be so much higher on the Broncos board than other teams.
Man, I can't wait. Guys, and just so you know, we're going to be all over the draft, but free agency's first. We're going to be spending the Broncos money over the next few weeks. on almost every show as the rumors come out and the players don't get re-signed. And we're going to talk weapons. Love it. But then we'll get into like the draft. And if you think about it, with free agency being first, David, you don't know who you're drafting until you're done with free agency anyway. And then you draft, and then you got to go pick up the leftovers that you didn't cover. So it's free agency first, open up the checkbook, get every weapon you can for Bo to win a Super Bowl. And that's what we're going to do. And
I do want to say this.
Because
of the draft, you got to sign George Pickens or Alec Pierce, man, one of these guys, or trade for one of these guys. I don't know, again, at pick 30 or lower, dude, if you're finding a guy that elevates the room. There are plenty of Pat Bryant's, Troy Franklin's, all these guys in this draft. But, there's this one guy that, why am I blanking on his name? Because I did a short on him. He's from like Georgia State. That dude moves like George Pickens. You could draft that guy. But outside of the other guys that should be available with our picks, to me, it just seems like a lot of what we have already.
Yeah. Then that's the problem. And the problem is that George and Sean seem to like this room. So that room's not getting revamped. That room needs a number one. I say that with all due respect to Cortland Sutton, who was our number one receiver this year. He's not taking the top off. He's not demanding double teams. Still got 1,000 yards. He's a solid number two chain moving possession receiver. He's not going to catch the ball and run 60 yards with it like George Pickens will, with a little bit of space. Now Marvin Mims can do that, but he's not there yet. And depending on him to get there is there's a reason they fired their wide receiver coach. Okay. You can't get these guys to learn their routes. Why do you think Marvin Mims wasn't on the field? It's not because he drops the ball. No, he catches the ball. It's not because he can't run fast. No, he runs really fast. It's that he couldn't learn the offense. And that's literally the wide receiver coach's job, is to teach his position guys the job that they're supposed to do. Go do what the OC is telling you to do. And then they learn that. And then the OC goes, well, that's not the route he should have run. What the hell you got your guys doing out there? I can't trust him to run the right routes. That causes interceptions. Pickens will pick up as much of a diva as you guys think he is. That guy is a fantastic receiver who would be all over this offense, man. He's a professional receiver. Yeah. And Latif, I saw you in here a couple of times. All in on Jefferson. Me too. All in. If that's what's going to be so fun, David. We're going to get into all these. It's all coming, and we're going to spend the money. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait to get into all of it with you. David, we are up against a wall here.
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
I got some things that I want to say. TW,
start talking because we're out in 2 minutes, and it's not because of me. It's his fault.
If you love Aqib Talib, you're a hypocrite if you don't want George Pickens here. You're a hypocrite. Or Justin Jefferson. Dude, but specifically George Pickens, man. This guy is the wide receiver version of Aqib Talib. That's how I'm marketing him to Broncos country this offseason. He's Aqib Talib as a wide receiver. Why the hell would you not want him in orange and blue at this point, man? So, enough of this mediocre weapons on offense. Let's get an offense the way that I want to be able to talk about our offense the way that we talked about our defense, man, over the last handful of years too. They're just stacked. We aren't that, man. It's time to get a stacked team, not just a stacked defense.
Absolutely. It's the year of the offense. It's building around Bo, and we're going to be here talking about it every Thursday, at least, at minimum, with David Talks Broncos. Please get over there if you are watching on Mile High Monsters. If you're watching on David Talks Broncos, please come and subscribe to the Mile High Monsters. We do so much together, and we both just appreciate all you guys watching. I like how the chat just goes on fire in the last 2 minutes, and so now I can't get in. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Those of you asking all the questions about J.K. Dobbins and about this and that, it's because you weren't here earlier when we covered all that stuff, because we got to all of it. So go back and watch it. from the beginning, and you'll get all that. You're going to find out whether J.K. Dobbins is coming back or not and what that means if he does. So for David Talks Broncos, I'm Mike Carmelini. We will see you guys next time on the show. Thank you so much for watching. Go Broncos.